Paul McCartney's Blackbird from the White Album. Let's get into this very famous introduction right away, which starts like this. Now, McCartney has a particular fingerstyle, finger-picking technique when he does this kind of thing. It involves a mixture of picking notes and strumming in the gaps. And he's doing that exactly here. We start off with some pick notes. We want a G chord, we're in the key of G, but it's only the 6th string 3rd fret that we need. We're going to follow the tab here. So this is bar 1 of the tab, pinch 6 and 2, and then play the 3rd string. Almost all of Blackbird that isn't strummed is alternating a pick, a pinch, and then the 3rd string. Now if you used your ring finger, which I hope you did for that note, put the index finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, pinch 5 and 2, 3rd string open. And now we want the 5th string 2nd fret and the 2nd string 3rd fret. I play that here with the middle and ring fingers, middle and little fingers in fact. McCartney swings this index finger across to the 5th fret, the 5th string, and plays it like that. And the reason he does that is for the next chord that's coming up. The fingering is easier for that. But for me it's more natural to use middle and little fingers. Use whichever ones are comfortable for you. We have this. It's a funny little 3-beat bar, even though the song is generally in 4 beats to the bar. 1 and 2 and 3. And on the next 1 beat, we're going to bring this shape, whichever way you're playing it, up to the 10th and 12th frets, like that, and slide it up. Once you're there, pinch 5 and 12, 5 and 2, and then we start this strumming thing. So we're going to go pinch and then a very gentle brushy strum using your index finger in the middle of the chord. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Make sure you don't get the open 1st string, which I'm killing. With whatever finger you have holding the 2nd string, have it lying down to kill the 1st string. So pinch, down, up, down, up, down, up. And do that 4 times. 1, 2, 2 times in fact. 1, 2. So 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and a 2E and 3 and a 4E and. That's the first 2 bars of your tab. And then you begin to sing and repeat those same 2 bars. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. And then we get this beautiful phrase. We want to, let me play it. It's bar 5. Yeah, we'll play bar 5 on its own. We're starting with a C chord, but you just need the 5th string 3rd fret. Pinch 5 and 1, then the 3rd string. Then have your ring finger come up 1 fret to the 4th fret, and your middle finger, if you can do it, if not the index will be okay, drop in on the 1st string 3rd fret. Play 5 and 1 followed by 3. Now the ring finger comes away, whichever finger you have on the 1st string comes down to the 2nd fret. It's an implied D chord. We're going to play 4 and 1 followed by the open 3rd string. Now the middle finger comes up to the 5th fret and your ring finger drops back in again, 5th string 6th fret. Play 5 and 1 followed by 3. It gives us this phrase at bar 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and take these broken wings and learn to. And now we have this at bar 6. It's again pinch, down, up, down, up, down. Start with this E minor chord. I use this fingering, but whatever works for you. We want the 4th string 2nd fret and the 1st string 3rd fret. Pitch 4 and 1 followed by down, up, down, up, down. Again, it's that really subtle, gentle strum for texture in the middle of the chord. Now bring the index finger down to the 4th string 1st fret and play exactly the same thing. Together with the previous bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 2-beat bar. Now that's easy because that's exactly the same as the end of bar 5. The implied D chord, first string, second fret, followed by the third string, and then the 2-finger chord at the third and fourth frets, 5 and 1, and 3. All your... Now we want this C chord, 5th string, 3rd fret, and the 2nd string, 5th fret. Use these 2 fingers if you can. It's the same feeling as you had on that E minor chord here. We're going to play this. It's a C major moving to a C minor. The C major is this first shape, pinch 5 and 2, and strum. Down, up, down, up, down. Now come to the 2nd string, 4th fret, and do this exactly the same thing. Pinch, down, up, down, up, down. 1 and a 2E and 3 and a 4E hand. Now bring this shape that you're holding down 1 fret to frets 2 and 3. It's bar 9 of your tab. Pinch 5 and 2, followed by the 3rd string. No, I'm sorry, it's the strum. Pinch, down, up, down, up, down. A7 chord, you just want this, the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Pinch 5 and 2, down, up, down, up, down. D7 just needs the 2nd string, 1st fret, pinch 4 and 2, down, up, down, up, down. It's bar 10 of your tab. And the original G chord, 6th string, 3rd fret, pinch 6 and 2, down, up, down, up, down. Let's come all the way back from bar 7 so you can see that in context. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Alright, we're making good progress. Now what happens is we get a little interlude before we go into verse 2, and the interlude is shown on your tab from bar 12 to bar 13. But it's stuff we've played before. Well, variations on stuff we've played before. It's not really a variation actually, it's exactly what we played coming from bar 9, except we start with the C chord. So 5th string 3rd, 2nd string 5th, pinch followed by 3rd string. Bring this shape down to 2 and 3 of the same 2 strings and play, that's 5th string 2nd, 2nd string 3rd, pinch and the 3rd string. The A7 chord, just the 3rd string, 2nd string 2nd fret, pinch followed by the 3rd string. No, pinch and strum. D7, you remember our 1-finger D7 chord, pinch 4 and 2 and strum. And our G chord, just like we just played it, pinch 6 and 2 and strum. So here's that little interlude that comes at the end of verse 1. You have an option, by the way, if instead of the 5th and 2nd strings here, for that C chord, you get the same effect using your ring finger on the 5th string and playing the open 1st string. Well, that would be more like a... To me that makes the fingering a little more awkward, but whatever works for you is fine. Okay, we've reached the end of verse 1. We go to verse 2, Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. Play that the same way you played verse 1. When you get to the end of it, in other words, when you reach the end of bar 10, which would be like, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. We're into the chorus for the first time, which is some new music. We're going to play this. That's bars 13 through 14 of your tab. We want this chord, the 5th string at the 8th fret and the 2nd string at the 10th. Pinch those 2 and play the 3rd string. Little finger comes down to 2nd string 8, middle finger, well you could continue to use the index if you prefer. I drop it into the middle, 5th string 7th fret, pinch those 2 and the 3rd. Bring that same shape down to frets 5 and 6, pinch them and play the 3rd string. Now the original chord shape 2 frets apart at 3rd fret, 5th fret. Pinch 5 and 2 and play the 3rd. That's bar 13. Now continue to come down. Bring this shape down 2 more frets where it becomes an implied B flat chord. Pinch 5 and 2 followed by the 3rd. In fact, that's a strum. Pinch, down, up, down, and bring that shape back up 2 frets and do the same thing. And with the vocal, Blackbird, fly. The vocal repeats, and so does the guitar part for the first bar. Blackbird, fly, strum down, up, down. But instead of going back to C, we go to our A7 chord, 2nd string, 2nd fret, pinch and strum. Into the D7, pinch and strum. Remember pinching 4 and 2 for a D7. Light in the dark black. And on the G, on the word night, we go back to our original introduction sequence. Night. Yeah, so let's come from the beginning of the chorus at bar 13. Blackbird, fly. Blackbird, fly. Into the light of the dark black night. What we played there at the very end of this chord shape is simply our introduction sequence again. The next thing to play is what you see at bar 18 of your tab, section D, where it says guitar break. Now the first 2 bars of that were what we just did. What, starting... Now this guitar break is simply the verse sequence played without any vocal. You recognizing that? Just play it as an instrumental, exactly the way you played it before. At that point we're at the end of bar 23, come down as you did before at bar 24, A7, D7, G. You happy with that? That's the guitar break at section D. It's running up until the end of bar 25, and then we return and play the chorus again. Blackbird, fly. Just like before. Blackbird, fly. Into the light of a dark black night. That's all just the same as before. Now, when we come to this last bit, so into the light of a dark black night, we're going to continue this picking and strumming sequence at the 10th and 12th frets for, how many bars is it? 2 bars. 1 and a 2E and 3 and a 4E and 1 and a 2E and 3 and a 4E and then we begin to slow down. So what we're going to do now is pinch 5 and 12 followed by the 3rd string 4 times, slowing down. The 4th time you don't follow it with the 3rd string. This is if we want to play exactly like Paul McCartney, you know. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so coming from the end of the chorus, we had this. Where were we? Into the light of a dark black night. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. A pause before we get into this. Take us back to the next verse. So we were up here at 10 and 12. We'd done our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We pause. We pick those 2 strings again and slide them quickly down to the other end of the neck. And the fingers are coming away because you're about to form our original 1-finger G chord. And we're at bar 29 of the tab. Now we play the original intro sequence again. But instead of coming up to the 10th and 12th frets, we continue this upward climb to a C chord. 5th string 3rd, 2nd string 5th. pinch those two, third string, come back to the, that's this chord again, second and third frets, third string, A7, third string. We're at the third page of your tab, bar 31, pinch 4 and 2. Actually, it's a strum at that point. So we've gone like this from the slowing down segment. 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and a 2 E and. Yeah, so the rhythm's a little bit weird at that point. Bar lengths are a little bit weird, but you can hear, if you know the track well, what's going on there. Almost all our work is done now. We go back again and we sing the original verse, Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly, play it the same way you did before. When you get to the last line, you're only waiting for this moment to arise. We're going to repeat that vocal line twice more, but McCartney very slightly changes the accompaniment. He now comes down in this sequence. It's something we've played before. It was one of the interludes. 5th string 3rd, 2nd string 5th, pinch and play the 3rd string. Come down to frets 2 and 3, pinch and play the 3rd string. A7, pinch and play the 3rd string. D7, pinch and play the 3rd string. And then our G chord we can strum. You were only waiting. Oh, actually do that from the A7. A7 is pinch, down, up, down, up, down. D7, pinch, down, up, down, up, down. G is pinch, down, up, down, up, down. My apologies. So we're going to sing that line 3 times. The first time is as we did it in the normal verse. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. And then the new way. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. And we finish. 1 finger G chord, pinch 6 and 2. Have the little finger drop in on the 1st string 3rd fret. So you can pinch 6 and 2, and then an up strum from the 1st string. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Yeah, pinching 6 and 2. Up strum, just a little flick of the top strings. A wonderful acoustic guitar classic, Blackbird.